Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's Meal Kit number 81 for December 15th to 18th. Thanks so much for ordering this week, and thanks for letting us be a part of your special celebration at home. We've got a delicious menu for you tonight. My desert island food, in fact, duck confit, which is my favorite thing in the whole world, and I hope you love it as much as I do. I've gone ahead and put it in the oven, and it's just going to be finished baking in a few minutes, and then we're going to broil it up nicely. But in the meantime, why don't we get started on the delicious seared halloumi appetizer? So I'm going to get my pan nice and hot, medium high, and I'm going to use a cast iron pan. If you don't have one of these at home, you should really get one because they're so great, they're cheap, and they're so amazing for all kinds of things. So we're going to do 1 tablespoon of oil, in my case, grapeseed oil, but you can use canola oil or vegetable oil per person. And then that is going to be for the halloumi. And then we're also going to do the same thing with our broccoli, which is going to get sauteed up nicely. And that is going to be on medium heat for the broccoli. I've got my beet puree that's going on for the main course. I've got it on low. Just going to give it a little stir. Beautiful. And then we've got our roasted beets and radicchio that are going to be in the other pan. In the meantime, I know it sounds silly, but let's start with dessert, shall we? Why don't we get this all plated up nicely? So tonight we have a coconut Castel, malted milk chocolate mousse, and toasted coconut. Just take it out of the box delicately. And Megan and Rich know that, with these meal kits, we always like to just have one dessert between the three of us because, having this once or twice a week, every week, it's a little much. I asked Megan today, our sous chef who's in charge of the curated program, what a Castel was. And she said, well, it's the cross between a macaron and a macaron and macaroon. There you go. So I don't know if that answers your question, but it didn't really answer my question. But I know it's going to be delicious. And all you have to do is take the lovely toasted coconut and put it around after you delicately move it. And that is our coconut Castel. All right. Now our pan is smoking, so it's definitely hot enough. So we're going to take our halloumi, two little bricks, put it on there, and the broccoli. And I'm going to put my hood fan on just on the low setting so you can still hear me. Saute this guy up. And let's see how long. We're going to sear the halloumi for 3 minutes per side until golden brown. And we're also going to do broccoli for 4 to 6 minutes, caramelized, and we're going to finish it with salt and pepper. I'm going to put it up a little higher because I started a little bit behind. So unlike me, you should read the finishing instructions before you get going. And I'm going to turn this guy down just a touch so that hopefully they can finish around the same time. And look at me, I'm going to try to multitask on two things because I know I need 5 minutes on the beets and my pan is not lighting for some reason. That's why barbecue lighters are very good for gas stoves. There we go. And I know with the beets, we are also going to be doing 1 tablespoon of oil per person. Again, grapeseed is my preference. And look at this. My pan was actually a little warmer than I thought. So the halloumi is getting pretty close already. Nice golden brown there. So broccoli, you better start moving your butt. And then, but the beets, I can go ahead and put in right there. Then we're going to add the radicchio after about 5 minutes of sauteing. I'm going to turn the halloumi off so that I don't overcook that. And I think the duck is just about ready to move to the second stage. So I've got it on a nice baking sheet with parchment paper. And then we're going to go to 2 to 3 minutes for the broil. Now, I'm going to make sure that it's in the middle rack. It's not on the top because then all of the fat splatters up, and we don't want that. So now let's go on broil and get that rocking. This is just so easy. I'm going to talk about the wine. Apparently, this is the most environmentally conscious winery out there in the world. They like offset carbon emissions with planted trees on their vineyards, and they've achieved the highest level of environmental certification. But I just think it's really tasty. And it is a Domaine de Montrose from Olivier Coste, and in IGP, so in the south of France, Sud-Ouest. And I just love it. It's super tasty. And then for the main course, we've got a beautiful Coteron. And it's the Domaine de Séminaire, which we featured a long time ago. 80% Grenache, 10% Syrah, and 10% Carignan. I love this wine, and it is a perfect wine for duck confit. Okay, so the broccoli, we're almost good to go, and we're going to finish it with salt and pepper. And I'm going to turn that down because the pan's got some nice heat going on to it already. I'm just going to put a touch more oil because it was a little bit dry. Maybe it just sucked it up. Maybe I didn't put enough. Okay, well, let's get the plates ready. So the first thing we're going to do is muamara, which is the red stuff. And this is this gorgeous Middle Eastern red pepper pesto, basically. Put that all around the bottom of your plate. While I'm doing this, let me tell you about the amazing meals coming up. We've got a lovely Christmas Eve or Christmas meal that you can order on the 24th, and you can reheat it on the 25th if you like. And it's seared duck breast, and it's got a arancini that is made from, that's good, stuffing, which, why not? Okay, and then we've got a little of this labneh, which is sort of a take on tzatziki. The chef will actually tell you why it is different. You're going to put a little bit of this right in the middle. Also delicious. Well, let's see. I think the broccoli is next. Yep. Got some tongs for lovely bright green broccoli. I know which one is getting the photograph tonight. We can turn off the hood fan. And don't burn yourself on your cast iron pan. Make sure to spin the beets around. Gorgeous Lumi. That is seared up so nicely. And on a knife, cut it into some triangles. There we go. And we're going to garnish with some fresh mint. You can just make sure to take the stem off if it's still there. And I like to rip my mint. Right at the end though, don't rip it ahead of time because then it loses some of its beautiful color and vibrancy. There's our pan-seared halloumi with the roasted broccoli, the muamara, and the labneh and the fresh mint. Okay, we'll move that out of the way. And I know that the beets are ready to get some radicchio. 2 minutes in there, throw some salt and pepper in. And I think I forgot some butter. Drain off the oil and add 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter per person. So let me get 2 tablespoons of butter going on. And I'm sure my duck is going to be looking good. So I'm going to turn that off. And sauteed radicchio with beets is just great. Give my beet puree a little stir. And I want you to think about gift certificates for Christmas time. Ooh, this is looking amazing. Look at that gorgeous duck confit. I'll put that right up there. So if you're looking for something on that special person's list, think about a Curated by Beckley gift card. It's electronic. It goes right to you when you order it, and then you can send it along with a lovely Christmas note as well. So we have this ducka spice, which is going to be sprinkled on top of the duck confit right out of the oven while it's hot, and it will stick nicely to it. And that gives an extra texture and flavoring. It's beautiful sesame, a bunch of little spices in there. Okay, so I need to quickly, I was going to drain the oil, but actually there's no oil left in there. So I'm throwing some butter in. We're going to give it a little bit of toss and some salt and pepper. There we go. Now it is time to plate the main course. So the beet puree goes down first. Make sure to spread it out. That's your 2 plates. What you can do is just draw your spoon through it. Give it a nice texture. Wow, that's good. This guy's off, that guy is off. They're all looking good. So next, smoked beets and radicchio. Again, I'm going to do half and half, but I know I'm going to end up taking some of this to work tomorrow as leftovers. Our son has had some lip surgery, so he's not able to eat with us. So he's going to have some dumplings tonight. And we are going to have this, or I'm going to have a full portion, and my wife's going to have half portion because she's about half my size. All right, now the duck confit is next. Gorgeous. There we go. And then finally, we've got this amazing green chermoula. And so if you wondered what the seafood allergy was, there's a little bit of anchovy in this chermoula, but it adds a really nice zing to it. So we're going to do a little bit on top and some on the side. And that's mostly fresh herbs pureed. A little paper towel to clean up. It's got a little bit on the side there. A little beet puree there. We are good to go. Our beautiful duck confit with the green chermoula, beet puree, roasted beets, radicchio, and ducka spice. I hope you love your meal this week. Thanks again for ordering this week, and I hope that we get to cook and curate for you again really soon. Look out our amazing New Year's Eve menus and Christmas Eve menus because we've got some deliciousness coming your way. Oh, and if you check out CBC The National at 10 o'clock this Friday, you'll see a documentary on Curated by Beckley on CBC National. So I hope you get to check that out as well. I hope you have a great week.